Okay, can you hear me? Please send me a message. Send me a message on the in the chat box. Send me a message. Whether okay, everyone can hear, right? Send a message whether you can hear or not. Use the chat box, right? Okay, right. Electronics, right? So this lesson, I'll give you like a quick recap of this lesson, right? That is, quickly I'll revise the stuff in this. There are things that you have to remember in this lesson as well, right? You need to have a sound understanding of electricity in order to completely understand this lesson, right? Uh, First, it is semiconductors. I'll talk about semiconductors, then diodes, then transistors. So transistors means bijunction transistors and FET transistors, right? Then we have to talk about IC, meaning op amp. Then we have to talk about logic gates, including flip-flops. So I'll start the lesson from logic gates because many can easily understand that part, right? Okay, write down electronics. Under that, digital electronics. So these are logic gates, right? So the first logic gate, I'm starting from logic gates, okay? So the first type of logic gate, as I'm giving you this, take notes, okay? First logic gate is NOT. Symbol is this one, right? NOT logic gate. Symbol is this one. So when you provide input, let's say input is capital A, you get a output, is it? So what's the Boolean expression? We call this Boolean expression. So whatever we give this as input, output is inverse of that. So then we can draw a truth table. So we only have a one input, that is A, and for the output it is, let's say, Z. So for the input I can give either 0 or 1, right? So if it is 0, we get the inverse value of that. Inverse value according to digital electronics, it is 1, right? Opposite of 0 is 1. Then opposite of 1 is 0. So this is regarding NOT gate, right? This is regarding NOT gate. Take it down, okay? Then we can think about equivalent circuit for this. Equivalent circuit for this, right? So here we have a bulb. This is a bulb. Let's say this is the output. Output given as Z. Output given as Z. And A is the input, right? When you turn on the switch, we say that A is 1. A is 1. A1 means you turn on the switch. So when you turn on the switch, you can see that the bulb switch off, right? Because current does not go through the bulb. The current only goes through here. When you switch on this. So bulb turn off. So you get a 0. If you switch off the bulb, then the only path that the current can go through is through the bulb. So you know that the bulb has a resistance, right? If it has a path which has no resistance, the whole current will go only through that path, not through the bulb, right? So you can understand this. So A0 means switch off, then the bulb turn on. If A is off, then the bulb switch off. So this circuit explains NOT gate. Okay, so that is the first type of gate. Take down notes as I'm explaining. Right, then let's consider OR gate. So the symbol of OR gate is like this. So for the OR gate, we have two inputs. Two inputs, right? Then we get an output. So let's say in a truth table, we can write these two inputs. So the number of variations of inputs is 4, right? Because if it has 2 inputs, 2 to the power 2. If it has 3 inputs, 2 to the power 3. So meaning 8. Here it only 4, right? So there are 4 types of variations for this. Because here 2 to the power 1, right? Only a 1 input. 2 to the power 1 means 2. Only 2 types of variations for the input, 0 and 1, right? So in this lesson, the values are only 0 and 1, right? That represents high, low, on, off, only 2 states. Right. So for input variations, we can write like this. It is easy to, if you write like this, right? 0, 0, 1, 1. Then another one, 0, 1, 0, 1. You write like that. So for the OR gate, when you get 0, 0, here the Boolean expression is A plus B, right? So 0, 0 means 0. 0, 1 equals 1. 1, 0 equals 1. 1, 1 equals not 2, right? For the 2, we get 2 as 1. So that is for the OR gate. Okay? That is for the OR gate. Then we can consider a circuit equivalent to this. Equivalent to this, right? So let's say A input is here, B input is here. Then you have a bulb here. Bulb, right? Bulb gives us the output. Bulb gives us the output. Okay? So think what happens. If A is on, meaning 1, right? On means 1. Let's consider this one, 0, 0. Both switches are off. Only then the bulb turns off. See that? Z is 0. If A is off, B is on, only one of these is enough to turn on the bulb, right? So you get 1. Even if both on, switches are on, bulb turns on. So that explains the OR gate. Take down notes, right? Then that is OR gate. Then let's consider AND gate. So the symbol is this one, right? For the AND gate AB, then you get the output AB, then let's say Z. So for this one, Boolean expression is output is A dot B. So this is similar to multiplication, right? So let's fill input variations 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Follow this method, right? When you are simplifying. Okay. So when you multiply, what do you get? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 means 1. Got it? 1, 1 means 1. We can draw a equivalent circuit like this. Right? So let's say A is here, B is here, then the bulb. Turning on or off of the bulb, we consider that as A. So you can understand that both A and B should be turned on in order to turn on the bulb. So that happens only here, right? 1, 1, 1. So for all other combinations, bulb turns off. Got it? Right. Take those down. Okay. Then we have these gates as well. NAND gate, NOR gate, NAND gate. Then we have XNOR gate, right? XNOR gate. So all you have to do is use only this mark here. If you want to convert O into a NOR gate, just put it here like this. And into a NAND gate, just put this here, right? So likewise, you can convert them into NOR NAND gates. Then another important important gate is XOR gate. XOR gate, right? XOR gate. So for the XOR gate, the symbol is like this. Like similar, then kind of like this. Then you have two inputs, A and B. Then we have the output. You need to remember the truth table for this. Before that, let's say Boolean expression, A plus B, not exactly A plus B, right? Truth table you need to remember for this one especially, because this shows the different types of variation, right? So let's say 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. You can remember like this, if both inputs are same, if you have the same input, you get 0. It's like kind of like cancels off, right? 0 minus 0 cancels off. 1 minus 1 cancels off. Here 0 minus 1 you get a value, 1 minus 0 you get a value. So remember like this, 0, 0 cancels off, 1, 1 cancels off, remember like that, right? If you have the same input, you get the 0. For other cases, it is 1. Understood? So we name that like this, right? XOR gate. Okay. Then we can have a XNOR gate. XNOR. So all you have to do is you need to put this mark here. So you get the opposite of this. Opposite of, if you get a 0, then you get a 1. Instead of 1, you get 0. That's all that happens, right? So that is called XNOR gate. So those are the basic types of gates, right? Those are the basic types of gates. Take that down. Got it, right? Right. Then there's another important gate called flip-flops, right? Flip-flops. So in the syllabus, you have SR flip-flops. SR flip-flops. So it is like this. You just need to remember the truth table here, right? What happens? You don't. So let's say this is input, we say as S, meaning set. Then you have reset, capital R. Then you have Q bar, these are the outputs. You have two outputs here as Q bar and Q. Okay. So inside this is the circuit you get, right? You should be able to draw this. So you have two NOR gates. So the two inputs are given like this. Let's say this is S and you have R. Then the another input of this is given to the other output as the feedback, like this, right? So when you get an output here, you get a feedback like this into the output, right? So here you have Q bar, then you have Q bar, and then you have Q, right? Right. You need to remember the truth table, right? That is the most important one. Let's say you have S, R, then you have Q and Q bar. Okay. So let's say you get for S and R, you get both 0. Input, you get inputs as 0 and 0 for both S and R. Then for Q and Q bar, whatever the output condition before, you get that value, right? It could be set instance or reset instant. So we can say do not change. Previous state does not change when you get 0, 0 here. Then you get 1, 0. So we call this set state, right? So what happens to the circuit is you get Q as 1 and Q as 0. Then you get 0, 1. So we call that reset state. So here you get 0 and 1, right? But if you put 1, 1, this input we call that not valid. You need to remember this inputs, right? You need to remember that input. Take it down. Actually, we can check this, right? Let's say you get 1 here, then 0 here. S is 1, R is 0. So what happens? If you get a 1 here, you are going to get a 0 out of this. Then you're going to get a... So regardless of this, you get a 0. Regardless of other input, if you put 1 here, you get... Let's say this could be 0 or 1. This input. So if you put a 1 here, it becomes 0, right? So out of that 0, you get a 1. Sorry, if you get a 1, you get a 0 definitely. Regardless of the other input. If you put a 1, you get a 0. Regardless of the other input. right? Then this 0 feeds back into the reset state. This 0. There's this input, right? Like this, right? So you can fill this truth table that way, right? So that's all you have to remember when it comes to flip-flops, okay? So for an example, you will understand when we discuss this example. Let's say you get two signals like this. Let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you get, here it is 3. Here you get 7. Then you need to fill out this one. What is the output? Q and Q bar. Right? So the first case, it is 1 and 0. First case, 1 and 0, right? So you get a Q as 1. Then at the second case, 0, 0. 0, 0 means what? 0, 0 means not change. Right? Do not change. So you get the same state. Previous state is 1. Then it is a reset state, right? Reset means Q bar becomes 1. Q bar becomes 1. Right? Then you get zeros. Zeros means the state remains the same. State remains the same, right? Does not change. Then again it gets set. When it gets set, Q is 1, right? When it gets set, Q becomes 1. Then after that, it is always 0. Then what do you get? Remaining parts. Reset is 0, 1, right? Reset is 1. Here you have 5 and 6 as two signals, 5 and 6. Then you have 8. Then you have 10, right? I haven't filled that. 3 and 7 instances, that is 1. So you get Q and Q. Then here you have two states, that is a set state. Then you have 8. Here again set state. Then that set state does not change because 0, 0. This also is set. So you get here. So what happens is you get the opposite of this Q, right? Opposite of this Q. So opposite means 0, here 1, here also 1. Then these two 0, 1, 0. Got it? So that is the output regarding the flip-flop. If you understand this, then you can clearly understand flip-flops, right? Take it down.